This is the All Things Nerd Podcast, Season 4, Episode 37. On tonight's show, we are talking about the PS5 showcase, what they had to show us, well, the price tag, and then some games, a little bit more in-depth on that. We're also going to be talking about She-Hulk getting her casting for the MCU, and some other things, including like what you can't say if you're actually a member of the real-life Top Gun. That and much, much more. So, with that, here's the intro. Hello to all the Geek Enthusiasts, Nerd Aficionados. This is Mess5150 welcoming you back to another All Things Nerd podcast. I am your host, Mess5150. This is Season 4, Episode 37. We're back. We're here again. We've got like another month left. But we're here to talk about what's been going on in the world of geek, nerd, and pop culture. We open up this show with an introduction of who's here on the cast by talking a little bit about what we've been geeking out on for the last week. So with that, we this is Get Your Geek On.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Getting your geek out or getting your geek on is what we've been doing for the last since you last saw us. The nerdy things, the geeky things that we've been doing to tickle our nerd fancy, or things that we think that you should be checking out or spending your time on. I am your host, Mess5150, and my geek out has consisted of a lot of the same. I'm still watching Scandal, and boy, that show gets weird after the third season. So. Yeah, I don't know how to really recommend it to anybody unless you just really like. If you liked West Wing, and you wanted to get even more off the rails of everything bad going on in terms of people doing things they're not supposed to, then watch Scandal, because that's basically what Scandal is, like a fanfic of West Wing. That's what I figured it out. That's exactly what it is. It's a fanfic of West Wing. The other thing, I've only halfway through the episode. I don't know if anybody else has checked out the show yet or not, but I was starting to watch Lovecraft Country because of some of the news that we're talking about today, with the head actor joining the MCU, and I've heard a lot of that he's phenomenal in Lovecraft Country, so I started watching that. That show is something else so far. Has anybody else watched Lovecraft Country at all on HBO Max?
Not yet, no. It's on my
good.
list.
Have not.
It's good. Visually it's beautiful. It's a great show.
I mean, it's a little bit. It's definitely got the H.P. Lovecraft love to it, because it opens up just the first no spoilers, because it's the first 30 seconds. But the guy wakes up from a dream where Cthulhu is attacking him, and Hank Aaron jumps out to save him by attacking Cthulhu with the bat, and he's like, "I'm here for you." And there's aliens flying. It's something else. Yeah, so that's what I've been geeking out on. We have Squirrel Boy Nemo joining us in the chat room. Wants to know if Masonic got a beard extension since the last video. I think it's just the angle, Squirrel Boy.
Oh yeah, hold on a sec. Yeah, there you go. Sorry guys, kind of doing something new today.
And he also wants to know, the way Katz is holding that Baby Yoda, I expect him to drink a glass of whole milk and plot some evil plans. Yes. Thank
Wow,
you guys for
straight
joining
out
us.
the boys right there, huh?
Let us know what your thoughts are as we continue the show. Let's talk about who else is here on the cast. She looks down, so I need to get a smile out of her face. I need her to talk about, like, telling us what amazing things are going on and what other people should talk about or be checking out. So Super Hubie and Freak joins us on the cast. What's going on, Super?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't really watch a whole lot this week. I watched some old stuff for nostalgic purposes. Some shows from my 90s did not hold up. I was disappointed. Not disappointed, because, I mean, they're kid shows, but it's like, you know, I caught some old, like, Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven, and, like, I was just watching those, and I was just like, man, you know, these, in comparison to shows like Boy Meets World and, you know, Family Matters or something like that, the shows, they just didn't hold up, and it made me feel like I wasted my whole 90s watching garbage.
Sorry, not everything can be like Transformers and He-Man. Sorry.
I know, right? But I didn't start anything new. I was going to start the new Cobra Kai, but I just, you know what? I said I'm going to wait a week and I'm going to start it all next week. So,
That's the other show that I've been checking out is Cobra Kai so far since it's
yeah.
on. I'm
I've
noticing
heard
it
it's
everywhere.
really, really good. Yeah.
Everyone's talking about like Cobra Kai now that you don't have to pay YouTube for it and stuff. So
Exactly.
it's a good
And
show.
it's on Netflix. So I'm going to start that this coming week. And I did start reading a couple books, but I haven't finished them yet. But they're pretty good.
Nice.
I just left them in the kitchen, apparently.
So your recommendation is to not relive your childhood if you grew up in the 90s.
Dude, so bad.
All right.
So bad.
Nick joins us on the cast. Nick, it's been a while. We haven't seen you. I think you popped in once since you moved into the new house. So what have you been geeking out on lately?
Yeah, it's been really busy. Recently, still, I think I'm in season 5 of The Sopranos. One of those shows I never got around to seeing. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It is really good. And I mean, this is one of those shows that gives way to like people coming up with the idea for like Breaking Bad and just that whole entire just the output in shows changed after The Sopranos to where you got better content. So really good, really like it. Other than that, I mean, my main geek out is just sports related. My Dallas Stars are in the Stanley Cup for the first time since 2000, so that's pretty special. It's pretty cool.
I have a friend that FaceTimed me at like 3 o'clock in the morning because she wakes up for work at 5. She's in Michigan. And she would not stop calling me. I didn't know what it was. I just heard my phone going off. And I answered it, and I thought it was like an emergency. And she just wanted to tell me that she had just finished the DVR of the Stars game and wanted to tell me that they were in the playoffs. And I was like, this couldn't have waited till morning. Like, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean,
I was
especially
like,
when you have your football team that hasn't done anything since '96. So at least something's doing something right.
So it was really cool. I was like, this is just not news that you needed to wake me up at 3. If they'd won the Stanley Cup, maybe you could have called me at 3 o'clock in the morning for that. But I'll just have her know that I did not call her when the Lakers won and advanced to the next series at 3 o'clock in the morning her time. So let that be the record.
Nice. Squirrel Boy Nemo in the chat room watched sports once, and his favorite sport is soccer. So, because he's on the road, he's getting ready to get on the road. He's got to go pick up somebody. So we want to get his geek out so he can actually drive safely. Masonic Vader, what have you been geeking
Well, I'm going
out
to drive safely. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it hooked up to my damn truck, man, because this is annoying. Yeah, by the way, this is the first, I think I'm the first roaming reporter from the cast, so kudos to me. Yay.
I've done it from
Am I even
Hall H.
on the camera right now?
Yeah, no,
I
you
can't
are.
even tell.
I've done it from the Hall H line.
All right. Okay, but this is like mobile, like I'm in the vehicle driving to something. Come on now.
Okay.
Give me that.
Okay, I'll give you that.
All
Give you that.
All right. So, Geek Out this week, I have been really jumping in on Marvel's Avengers on the PlayStation 4. I have to say, I'm starting to like it a lot more. Like I talked about last week, and the characters are definitely a lot cleaner than the first show, which we talked about when they first saw them. The story arc is really good. It's well written. I think I'm probably about 35% into the story arc. The move sets are really cool. The upgrade features on how to upgrade your characters are also really cool. They did a good job with it. I haven't gotten to the PvP yet or the player assistant levels because they said if you go into that, it's going to spoil some of the story. So I'm not going to do that. So I got to get to the rest of the story. But I've been doing that. And then like geek out wise, like watching wise, this has been kind of like a quiet week. I just started. Netflix has another docuseries they already got me hooked on. It's a 4-episode series. It's about the Space Shuttle Challenger and the last ride, and it's a nice documentary about the days leading leading up to and all the stuff going on with what happened with the explosion and everything. So if you're big on the science, especially in the space, I definitely recommend it. It's only 4 episodes. And like I said, they're about 45 minutes each, I think. So it's a really good series. I've gotten through the first couple, and I'm halfway through the third. So I'm getting up close to the actual explosion. So other than that, though, that's it right now.
Wow. Hey, it's so dark around you. We can see you, but it's so dark that we're going into Halloween. No. Turn the light back off.
Yeah.
We're going into Halloween
Okay.
season. Can you say it puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again?
It puts the lotion on the skin or gets beat. No. I almost want to try to get the silhouette going so I could just.
Okay, then Beacon joins us
right.
in the chat room as well with The Boys. Is that what you've been? That's what I've been geeking out on too. The Boys came back, so I've been watching The Boys, and season 2 is phenomenal. It's so good, and they're doing really good this time with not making you binge through it. They're releasing it a little bit at a time so that you can actually just enjoy the show and kind of absorb what's going on each week.
I ain't gonna lie. I got through the first episode, and I'm kind of like. I'm kind of struggling to get through it yet. I think I just need another break to kind of get myself into it. I don't know.
I think it might be a factor that I'm a huge Billy Joel fan, and all the music this season is all based around Billy Joel. So I'm.
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, all right, I see that.
Yeah. So lastly, Katz joins us on the cast. What are you up to, Katz? What have you been geeking out on?
A lot of work this week actually, but I'm still continuing Arrow. I think I'm on season 4 finally now. Just trying to get through it. That's just been a little bit crazy. Other than that, just been playing a little bit of League of Legends on the PC, and then actually I picked up a couple comic books. Picked up Detective Comics 1027, 1000th appearance of Batman. So good art germ cover.
Did you
And
say
then also
wait. Did you say the 1000th appearance of Batman?
Yep, on comic books.
Is that literally what they call it? They call it the 1000th appearance, like he's now appeared in something 1,000 times.
And Batman Detective Comics.
Oh, okay. Wow. I'm like, that's somebody really counting. Like, hey, he popped up in the back over here. And sorry, go ahead.
And just think there was
No, you're
27
fine.
of them that did not have Batman.
You are very correct on that one.
Wow, my math skills are working.
And then pretty much I'm starting to collect Alex Ross timeless covers for Marvel. So he's having 32 covers. So I'm just pretty much been grabbing all those like crazy right now. So next week is Fantastic Four, which is going to be insane. So other than that, that's pretty much all I've been doing. So
Beacon says you have to keep going on The Boys. That first was rough with the Deep being a literal dick. It gets way better. Well, no, he's talking about the second season. The first episode of the second season, I think, is what Masonic's talking about, Beacon. And he said the Aerosmith music is in the latest episode that came out today. And
You know what, though? I do agree with Beacon. Them going back on the Deep back is just, yeah. It's throwing me off a little bit. I want more action, damn it.
And Bellies, thank you for joining us in the chat room, says nice art germ cover cats on the comic book. So I'm expecting from you cats at one point. So I was watching a video and they went into Target for Halloween because all Halloween stuff is out. There's a Baby Yoda that you strap to your shoulder. So I'm expecting at some point you to have that where he just sits on your shoulder. Not that baby. No, there's an actual like one that just sits on your shoulder and you strap him down. What is Belzy. Sorry, Belly. Belzy is the name. Okay, cool. That's it. That's what we got for introducing. That's who's here on the cast. Let's get into it. We start this week out. We're going into Halloween season, and there's some trailers that came out. One big one. So this is a little bit of a reaction to the trailers. This is, once I find it, In a World.
In a city, in a town, in a world, they thought they had it all figured out. But there was one thing they didn't plan on.
That's what I freaking watched. Umbrella Academy. I knew I watched the dang TV show.
I love that because I guarantee we go back to watch that. That's gonna be right at the end.
In a World is our trailer reactions to some of the big trailers that came out this week. Two of them are sliding into that, hey, it's Halloween season, and one of them is, hey, it's October, and we've been waiting for this forever. So let's get into that big one first. Mandalorian Season 2, what'd you guys think of the trailer?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll wait. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I've never related more to any character in television ever than when they flash on the little thing that starts glowing blue, and then Baby Yoda looks at it, and it's I'm out, and hits this little thing, and the thing goes, and if that's not 2020 in a nutshell, I don't know how else it is, because that's seriously like all you want to do right now is you see something bad coming, and you just want to go in your little flying egg and hide.
Squirrel Nemo didn't
And the
know
rest
apparently
of
that
the rest of the trailer looked really good too.
And Squirrel Nemo apparently didn't know there was a Mandalorian Season 2 trailer out, so he is currently muting us so he can watch the trailer. Squirrel Boy, let us know what you think when you come back.
Yeah.
Squirrel Boy, were
I'm
you
excited
hiding
for it,
nuts
though.
in the winter or something? What's going on with that?
But yeah, I thought the exact same thing when you saw like Yoda just like, nope, I'm out, like shut the thing on him. That's 2020. I'm not dealing with this. Yeah, that was a perfect little thing. We did Masonic Vader. We did see a little bit of the WWE wrestler peering from the shadows.
Absolutely, Sasha Banks. Yeah, so you know, I know Bearded Master and we both checked that. Was like, yeah, Sasha Banks in there. I thoroughly enjoyed the trailer. I watched it at least 4 times the first day. The fourth time was with my son, and he busted a gut when he saw Yoda creep into his egg. It's very interesting to see the different, like, when you look at the first scene where you see the ship and you can see that it's obviously been damaged and everything, and what planet is it flying over to, and then you see what we all consider a glimmer of Tatooine and the Banthas. And I just, dude, I was excited about season 1, and season 2 was just freaking. I need October 30th to happen, like right now, dude. That's gonna be like our, lunar. That's like us landing on the moon moment for 2020. I think when Mandalorian 2 comes out, we're all gonna feel a little better of life for this year.
We will, until we realize it's only the first episode that comes out that day.
Pretty much.
Damn
We gotta
it.
wait
And then
a week.
things might happen until the next episode. But at least we'll have that one 35. Well, they should be longer, but 25 minutes of fun and excitement.
Mhm.
Damn it!
No, I thought they were like 40 minutes. Am I wrong?
Well,
No.
I don't know.
Aw.
What'd you think of the
Bummer.
trailer, Nick?
All I can say
Well, it doesn't have any
is,
cloud boys in it, so I'm not good with it.
me being such a Star Wars freak, I cannot wait for it to come out. I'm gonna have to re-sign up for Disney Plus just for that show and then cancel it.
You got Scarlet
because-
Witch and Vision later this year too, and then Loki's around the corner.
I'm a baller on a budget. I'm trying to save money with this new house. So I'm going to get Disney for the show and then cancel it as soon as it ends, and then do the same thing over again when season 3 comes out. But yeah, I am so stoked. I'm excited. Really looking forward to it. I just wish they put it all out at one time so I could binge it. That's the only thing that I dislike about it.
It's
Is that
'cause of
they
people-
don't put it all out at one time.
It's because of people like you that they don't,
Like
because
you,
they want to keep getting that. Like, hey, if we have this many episodes, that goes into 2 months. We get them for 2 months of paying for Disney Plus.
That's how those streaming services get you. People try to switch off a cable, and then they're like, "Well, I need this streaming service, and I need this one, and I need this one," and then pretty soon, your bill's just as high as what it was for what you're paying for cable or satellite or dish.
But less commercials.
Yeah, less commercials though.
I
And
ain't gonna
welcome-
lie, I did that for Cobra Kai when it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
Binged it, gone.
And welcome Cannon Fodder into the chat room. He wants to know, is Vader streaming and walking in the dark? No, he's driving in the dark and streaming. Squirrelboy says Vader's summoning a Rancor and needs the darkness of the Carlsbad Caves. Ruru2 joins us in the chat room and has already paid for 3 years of Disney Plus. Way to go, Ruru. That was the smart plan, because I think it was like, what did you save, like 30% or something when you paid for the 3 years? Lastly, Cats. What'd you think of the trailer?
I love the trailer. Like I said, we're gonna have another 8 more episodes of goodness as usual. They're gonna obviously bring the Jedi in. Obviously, from that beginning intro scene, they were talking about the sorcery and stuff like that. I love the scene where, like I said, Yoda was hiding his egg. The one scene I did like was Yoda walking in snow. That was a pretty cool, December style feel. And then obviously when that one scene where we actually see the Mandalorian have his jetpack. So he has a jetpack, so it's going to be pretty awesome to see that. But I'm waiting. Nice. October 30th.
That was the trailer that everybody talked about. Then we found these not so talked about trailers that, hey, I'm a Halloween nerd. It's getting into Halloween season. I had to bring them up. My wife brought the first one to me. It's called Freaky. It's got Vince Vaughn. It takes place basically like on Friday the 13th with the killer stalker, but it's a flip. It's Freaky Friday in a horror film. That's the girl ends up in the killer's body and the killer's in the girl's body, and yeah, it looks interesting.
It's got a strong cast, but yeah, the trailer was a little long for me.
I felt like the trailer gave away way too much.
Too much, yeah.
I agree.
It needed to be about 45 seconds shorter. But I do like the 2 main leads, so it's something.
I kind of like.
I liked it.
I like seeing Vince Vaughn run around like a high school girl.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Go ahead, Masonic.
It's something like you said. It's Freaky Friday, but with a horror twist to it. I really did like it. You could see little remnants of different horror films. Like you obviously see a little bit of Scream in there with the knife and everything. And I really did. I like Vince Vaughn. I think certain roles that he gets into, something like this one in particular, really brings out some of his best acting. So I'm looking forward to seeing this one. I didn't know anything about it, and I saw it. I was like, wow, okay, I'm going to check that one out.
Yeah. I think, too, the girl that they have, Catherine Newton, she's actually becoming, like, quite in demand as an actress.
Who she was, so.
She was in Detective Pikachu. She played Lucy.
Okay.
She was in Big Little Lies with Nicole Kidman. I mean, she stands toe to toe. Oh, you should. It's really good. But she stands toe to toe with the likes of Reese Witherspoon and Meryl Streep and that other tall blonde Nicole Kidman and oh God, I'm just terrible with names right now. The girl from Jurassic Park, Sattler. Help me out here.
I
Laura.
know. Yes.
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern.
Thank you. So she's, and then, she's actually quite skilled. And it's going to be interesting to see her play the serial killer role.
Beacon says, did you just say Vince Vaughn and acting in the same sentence? Yes, I did, because he's money, baby. He's so money, he doesn't even know it. Sorry, I had to go to Swingers
I'm
reference.
just glad he's not in another Owen Wilson movie.
Whoa.
That wasn't Vince Vaughn. That was Joey, whatever his name, from Blossom.
Owen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Owen.
Whatever.
Joey.
Did
Joey
anybody
Lawrence.
else have any thoughts about the trailer besides Masonic and Super Nick?
I think this is like I could be wrong, but is this like the only horror film or horror related film that Vince Vaughn has been in since Psycho?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, no, he was in the Psycho remake that people hated because it turned Norman Bates into a masturbating weirdo. But since then, I think it's the only thing he's been in that's horror themed.
I think it is, but it looks entertaining. I mean, it said that it was the same people that made Happy Death Day, which I thought was an entertaining movie. Kind of a cool twist, or kind of like how they're doing it off of like Freaky Friday, but kind of a different twist. I don't know why anybody would think that Vince Vaughn is like terrible. It's like the guy is really likable. As far as like acting wise, I mean, he's it's kind of like your wisecracking friend or coworker. Like he's more real. You know what I mean? As far as when it comes, I don't know. Like I've never had a problem with his acting. I mean, he's not like an Oscar winner by any means, but I think he's definitely
solid.
a likable.
I love his
likable
comedy.
actor.
I think it's just because his acting style is the same. It's it's like most of his roles are the same style of acting. He's the smart ass, quick-witted, responds quickly to stuff. That's pretty much almost every character he does.
It's the same with Owen Wilson too.
Oh, it was the same with Schwarzenegger, but we still all went and saw Terminator.
And it's for cats. It's not whoa. Whoa was Joey Lawrence. It's wow.
Wow. I know. I
Yes,
just remember.
Okay. Did you have any quick thoughts on the trailer before we move on to the last trailer?
It was all right. It's Blumhouse. Blumhouse does very good. They like to do horror movies, and pretty much they're just playing off his strengths. I think Vince Vaughn will do pretty fine on it. It's not something I'm going to go see in theaters. I'll wait till it comes out into a streaming service and I'll check it out. But that's pretty much it.
Well, look at that segue, because the next movie was a streaming service movie. So you probably have Netflix. You already will get this movie, and I'm sorry. I had to bring it up. Hubie Halloween is Adam Sandler as a extreme Halloween fan. That's okay. Tell me this movie is not The Waterboy Goes to Halloween, because that's what I got out of it.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. I couldn't even absorb the trailer. Like, it's gonna be interesting. It looks way better than Jack and Jill.
Did you watch the trailer though, Nick? For Hubie
Yeah,
Halloween?
I watched it. I'm just saying, if it's anything like The Waterboy, comedy-wise, we're in for a treat.
Oh, I agree, but it's like he's he's playing Bobby Boucher again, because he's got almost the same voice. He's going
for one of the best characters. That's what it is.
He doesn't do a whole lot of voices.
No.
He's limited in that department.
But you know what? When you look at that when you look at that movie, though, you guys should take a second to pull up the IMDb and look at the cast, because the cast is amazing. There is a bunch of big-time comedy actors, from old SNL to some of his running mates like Kevin James to some of the current SNL. And run down the list of actors, and you're going to see there's a crap load of big-time names in that movie. And to me, I think it's an awesome movie that he's doing, because, I do miss some of his original work, like Waterboy, Happy Gilmore. That's some of Adam Sandler's, some of his best stuff, because it's just his characters that he created. And in some of the movies he's done in recent time has been characters created for him. So it's nice to see him going back to his roots, and at the same time bringing in a lot of his old buddies and characters and well-known actors.
Yeah. I got to read this comment from Squirrel Boy Nemo in the chat room. I like the variety of camera angles y'all have. So here's the thing. We record this live on Twitch, so that you guys can be a part of the show. If you're listening to this on Stitcher or Apple, thank you. Leave a review. Let us know what you think of the show. But if you're watching this, you'll get these comments a little bit more understandable. And then when you come in and join us live, you can be a part of the show as well. But he says, I like the variety of camera angles y'all have. Hoovian has Hoovian. Vader has has Murderer. Mest has I got a camera. Katz has Humble Brag. And Nick has Nasal Endoscopy, because you can see up your nose. But it's fine. And then Cannon Fodder follows up with, this is the most professional podcast on Twitch ever. Yes, thank you. And I'm now crying. Anybody else thoughts on the Adam Sandler Halloween Netflix movie?
I would agree with Vader. His casting is very well. It's either going to be great or it's going to suck. There's no middle point. So, I'm going to check it out. It's going to be, I hope it's going to be really good. And I do miss some of the older stuff he's done. So, we'll see. And it's Halloween. Everybody loves Halloween. So why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ruru2 says Adam Sandler hasn't done a good comedy in over 10 years. He keeps casting the same actors and putting out lazy content. Squirrelboy says it's Adam Sandler's going to suck. And Sanamaku subscribes at tier 2. Thank you, Sanamaku, for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you. We thank you so much. We love you. We wish you would come back and be part of the show here sometimes.
Beard love.
Speaking of beard love, okay, Kevin James. I'm assuming that's a fake beard, but that's a pretty epic beard in that trailer for Kevin James.
It makes Vader's beard look very, yeah.
Hey man, this takes 6 months to grow, and I'm almost there. Give me a break.
Oh, and that mullet hair, whatever. Yeah, he really, yeah.
So that's it for trailer reactions. Go watch the trailers. If you saw them on YouTube, you saw them pop up right here, right next to my head or next to our heads. And you did that without sound. Go watch them. Go check them out. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of the trailers and what your excitement level is for watching each of the films. With that, we move on to the main portion of the show, and that's what we call the Nerd News. Nerd News is what's been going on this week in terms of the nerd, the geek, and the pop culture. Biggest thing, PS5 had its showcase, which was to show you that, hey, it's going to be $3.99 for the digital version and $4.99 for the non-digital version, and that quickly sold out everywhere. It's impossible to find now. Ask Maku. He was trying a lot last night. I think he may have gotten one.
He was hitting me up too. So,
yeah. Along with that, they gave us a little bit more of the visuals of some of the games. I'm going to mention off the games really quick, and then you guys can let me know if you watch the showcase, what you thought of the trailers and whatnot. We got Final Fantasy 16, also known as Joshua Gone Bad, Spider-Man Miles Morales full gameplay. And the only question I had about that was, how many people do you watch die if you suck at the game, and does it make you do it over or cut to the next scene? We have Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, which, yes, amazing. That's the one that everybody's like gaga over. Black Ops Cold War, action movie galore. Resident Evil 8 Village, you get a storytelling. The storytelling graphics look amazing on how it switches back and forth between the graphics. Deathloop, still trying to figure out, do you play as both characters in this game, or do you play as just the one? Devil May Cry 5, I don't know anything about it because I haven't played since 2. Was 5 already out? That was the question I had too. Oddworld Soulstorm, introduction sounds like Casey Kasem. If you go watch this video, go watch it again. Listen to the guy talking about the game. I'm telling you, he sounds like Casey Kasem.
I agree.
Five Nights at Freddy's, Security Breach, Demon Souls updated. I got a lot of PTSD from seeing the game again with the special graphics. Obligatory Fortnite trailer was in here. The PS Plus collection, which is a lot of good old launch titles to make you feel good about buying the PS5. And God of War 2 Ragnarok, which showed you nothing but a symbol. What'd you guys think?
I think the gameplay looks great. I'm not a big fan of this reveal stuff because, to me, you don't really get to see it to experience it. The Miles Morales looks great, but to be perfectly frank, they redid the Spider-Man game that they released a couple of years ago and just put Miles Morales all over it. You can totally see the gameplay is very similar, other than the fact that they've maybe obviously changed some of his skills and weapons. I did like the Resident Evil trailer. I like that there was a little bit more, because there's when you play Resident Evil, had a scare factor to it, and it definitely seemed like they were able to attach that to it and get you like, holy crap, this is great. Final Fantasy 16, it's Final Fantasy. What can you say? I think you won't really get a good feel for it until you actually start playing the game and see it. And in the rest of the games, I don't know. Like you said, some of them, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy, whatever. There's the loophole one, remind me of the movie Loopers, mixed in with Groundhog Day or something. I don't know. I to be perfectly frank, without really kind of like putting it on a big screen, I didn't see much of a difference in the graphics, I guess, from a PS4 to a PS5. And once again, maybe it's just because I'm on my phone.
Well,
and
they
I'll have to
also
look at
said,
it again.
yeah,
but
that could be part of it too. But they also said that this was on a computer with an emulator to match what PS5 would be. In the chat room, Beacon, you had me at Miles Morales and Harry Potter. Cannon Fodder, Harry Potter's exclusive to PS5. Sad face. Squirrel Boy, I can't wait until we have game consoles starting to have gender reveal parties.
Oh my god!
Just keep it away from any crush.
Ruru2 says FF16 probably 4 years from release. And Cannon Fodder says Resident Evil Village looks fun. And they're all talking about trying to figure out if you have a stain on your shirt or if there's a nip slip or if it's just the way the light is hitting your shirt.
It is probably either my mask or my pen in my pocket because it's a nice little reflective top.
Super. Tell us. I know you didn't watch it. Tell us what was your experience with the PS5 showcase?
Unfortunately, I fell asleep. Yeah,
How far
I
into
was
it
really
were you?
tired. I wasn't feeling too good, and I put it on, figuring I would just watch it on the. I casted it to the TV, and I ended up just falling asleep. I didn't get a chance to finish watching it before we came on, so.
Was it the action? Now I gotta ask you: was it some of the gameplay at the beginning, or was it the gratuitous between stuff, the weird, stupid angles, and all the crazy, like futuristic mono
past
music and
3
stuff?
minutes? Because I only lasted like 3 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people are happy to last 3 minutes. Sorry.
Or it only lasts 3 minutes. Period. All right, there you go.
Wow.
Sorry. Nick, would you favorite games? Anything? What'd you think about it?
Well, I was hoping that I would be more blown away by the graphics. I know that you mentioned that. I mean, it was an emulator off of PC, but it should give you kind of an idea of what the graphics are going to be like. And I'm just like, I was hoping it would be stepping up a notch a little bit more than what I saw. Still going to buy it. Still going to get it. Nobody mentioned this yet, but I like the design of the actual console.
The cat apparently did not like it. Wow.
You okay, Super?
I do
Yeah,
like the
I'm good.
design of the console. The
Just gonna
console
have
looks
to
cool.
beat a cat.
I like the white console with the black center piece, and the controllers look pretty slick. Games that I'm really looking forward to playing on that, of course, is even though they didn't really have much of a preview of it, God of War 2, because I really loved the first installment of that with the Norse mythology. Also, Final Fantasy looked like it was going to be pretty dope. And Spider-Man, looks a lot like the other one that Vader was talking about. And as far as the last game that I really think is going to be awesome is Call of Duty, Cold War. That looks awesome.
It looked like a straight out freaking Fast and the Furious action film.
Yeah, I was like, this
awesome.
looks great.
And, okay, the dude that you saw glimpses of, tell me that guy didn't look like Brad Pitt from
Glorious Bastard.
Well, not even Glorious Bastards. I would say
From
from
Deadpool?
Legends of the Fall.
From
from
Deadpool 2?
the most recent one. No, the most recent Brad Pitt Quentin Tarantino film. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. The guy walking around for split seconds in the freaking leather jacket looks like Brad Pitt, and I wouldn't be surprised if this game came out and was like, hey, and featuring Brad Pitt, because Call of Duty tries and gets some big names to do some stuff
For the
in their
commercials,
games.
yeah.
So I don't know. Cats, thoughts on the showcase?
Pretty much, like I said, Final Fantasy looks great. Like I said, I agree. We'll probably not see it for like another 2 or 3 years. Spider-Man, I think it's going to be really good. I understand it looks like the same Spider-Man game from the PS4, but that's how Arkham was also, and there'll probably be some new things. I think it's going to be a very good game. God of War, even though we didn't see anything on it, it was pretty surprising it's going to release next year right off the bat. So, we're not going to wait 2-3 years for this game to come out. They were already working on this game already. The graphics, like I said, I think the graphics are going to be great. I know you guys were talking about it. I remember reading correctly, we're paying about $500 for the system, and with consoles, you're still locked in at 30 frames per second. Some games are going to be up to 60 frames per second, but it makes a big difference. Like, why can't you just open up these games more to make 60 frames per second? So PC gaming is still going to be dominating. I'm still going to buy PlayStation. I'll wait till next year. I always buy the second version one, so there's no bugs or anything. But it's going to be a great system, and it's going to beat out Xbox because Xbox has no exclusives for at least another year, I believe. So.
Yeah, and that's exactly where I'm at with it. I don't need to buy it as soon as it comes out. None of the games are like, hey, I need to have them immediately. Some of the points that are made, Sonamaku, this generation is about graphics jump as much as it is about frame rates and lack of load time, smoothness of the games. We also won't see anything over the top graphics-wise for another year or two. Cannon Fodder thinks Call of Duty is just a carbon copy of itself. There's nothing new that interests him. Squirrel Boy says he probably won't buy a console this gen. It just seems semi-generic. Rurutu, all the games that they show coming out in 2020 or 2021 will also have PS versions of it. Rurutu says PS5 can do 120 frames per second as well. And it just depends what you're looking for. Unless there's a killer app, PC market is getting affordable, so wouldn't blame you, is what Sonamaku said to Squirrel Boy. So yeah.
Can I throw one thing in there?
Go for it.
I failed to mention.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually one spot of the trailer that I saw some decent graphics out of it. In other words, you could see the depth of the game, and that was with the Odds World game when they were showing parts of the I want to say the city or the building. You could see that there was definitely some detail in the depth of the game. The ending was actually kind of funny too, but you could definitely see the possibility of the upgrades when it comes down to it. So I mean, I'm not totally. I'll end up getting, like they said, Gen 2 or version 2. But you could definitely see a glimmer. Go back and watch that game and look at some of the building, and you will see the possibility and the hope of what that's going to bring to it.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. Gen 2. Wait for some of these games to come out because, like they said, most of these titles will be on PS4. And if it's not, I can wait until I get a PS5 to get the title and have to have it the second it comes out. And the other thing that they confirmed today, not PS1, PS2, and PS3 backwards compatible. PS5 is not going all the way back like was said before. It's going to do some compatibility, about 99% compatibility with PS4. Just so you know.
Sucks for all you people holding on to those PS3 games. Damn it.
And knowing's half the battle.
All right. Other major storyline. She-Hulk got cast for the MCU for the She-Hulk series on Disney Plus. Tatiana Maslany is going to be playing the She-Hulk. She's going to be the cousin of Bruce Banner. I haven't watched Orphan Black. I've only seen her, I think, in something else. So I like the casting, but I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters.
Now, is she doing just the Jessica Walters, or do you think they're going to CGI it like the Ruffalo and get the Hulk version of it too? Because it just seemed like they were trying to go for a different character or casting, and this was done. Now I'm excited about it.
I think she'll be Hulk all the time because that's basically what She-Hulk was. If they stay with the storyline, she took the blood transfusion from Bruce Banner, which gave her the gamma radiated blood, which didn't quite make her as big as the Hulk, and where she loses like sense and becomes a different. She just hulked out to a portion, and she was always the Hulk. She didn't like really transfer back and forth. She was always She-Hulk.
Gotcha.
So I think that's the route they're going to take.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It was nice to see that Mark Ruffalo gave the seal of approval on it too.
Yeah.
If you've read that in the thing, he sent the little tweet about it, say "Welcome to the family," cuz.
Yeah,
that was good.
We'll probably be seeing Ruffalo in this, at least the first episode of some kind, obviously. So.
Well, they got to get the blood transfusion from somebody.
That or it's in a bag. Who knows? But it's a good cast. I watched the first episode. Orphan Black. I've watched the first episode, but that was a while ago. I think obviously need to rewatch it again. But it's good casting. Marvel did something finally. You know, they started announcing some things. I think DC was kind of taking some of the spotlights. So good for them, and it's gonna be on Disney Plus. So it's a good place to have it, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Say the last thing you said again, Masonic, because you cut out.
Ed Norton's available. I'm sure if you really get desperate, Eric Bana would probably gladly jump in there.
Currently, Super Hoovian is beating up a cat. I'm not going to say a different word. I'm just going to say a cat because I know it'll get, like, somebody will take a clip and make it that I'm saying something else out of context. Oh, she's back. She's done beating up the cat.
Katniss is in her correct room.
Super, what'd you think about Tatiana Maslany getting cast for She-Hulk?
A lot of people seem to like her. I haven't seen her in anything, so...
Watch Orphan Black. I've heard it's amazing. So
Orphan Black? Okay, yeah. And then she was also in just the Perry Mason reboot, right?
Yeah, that I haven't watched yet, the new one.
That's where I've heard really good things about her. So, I mean, I guess it can't be that bad. It's someone kind of relatively new, so it's fun. I'm glad that they didn't go with another big name.
The only weird thing is she's not, like... She's a tiny person. So,
yeah.
To put her in as She-Hulk...
Well,
your brow, Messiah. It's just...
I just kind of got myself at an angle where I feel like I'm Blair Witch Project all of a sudden, you know?
Nick, what'd you think of the casting?
I'm apathetic because I don't even know who it is.
Okay.
I was like, I've never seen this person before in my life, so...
Yeah.
She's a starting running back for the Cowboys.
Yeah, she didn't play for the Cowboys, so I don't know.
Oh God. Obvious Edward Norton is what Screwboy Nemo said. So we're world-class reporters here. You know, we all know who Tatiana Maslany is. We watched everything. Not one of us has watched everything she's been in. It's Marvel. Marvel hasn't made a bad, and the Kevin Feige Marvel at least hasn't made a bad choice on stuff yet. So, I'm thinking it's going to be a great casting. Okay.
What are you laughing about? I don't know. What's going on? What's happening?
It's one of those shows. That's what's going on. We're going to go into some rapid fire. Just quick reactions to stories that are going on. These are the rapid fire rumors because they're not officially notified yet. So rapid fire rumors. All right, rapid fire rumor number one. Apparently, Pascal, I can't remember his name properly, but Pedro Pascal. Walked out halfway through season 2 of Mandalorian and just said peace out.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Okay.
I think it's a load of hogwash.
I think they wanted him to wear his mask, and he, in the age of COVID, and he's just like, I'm not wearing my mask, but this is the way. You have to wear your mask. You're a Mandalorian, and sorry, I went there. Okay, what do you guys? So
I will say if that's the case, it's probably the worst job to walk out on because you can easily get recasted. I mean, it's not like anyone's got to see your face.
Well, I mean, that's what happened with V for Vendetta. Like literally, they just put another person's voice over him, and recast the actor. Anybody
Pretty
else?
much,
It's like Godzilla.
Go Cats.
Yeah, if it is true that it is, but pretty much they really don't have to recast anybody. The person who does the stunt scenes in The Mandalorian is Brendan Wayne, John Wayne's son. So stunt actors. So just use him. Use a voice synthesizer. This is the way. There you go.
Okay. There we go. Nick, any quick thoughts on it?
Yeah, I don't really believe it. I think it's just.
He knew what he was getting into. It's the stupidest reason ever. It's not like this was a surprise. It's
too
not
much
like
of a money grab.
Yeah, it sounds
It's
like
too
a
much
load of
of a payday
hogwash.
for him. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Take this back over. Yes, swirl that wine. Or whatever it is. All right. Rapid fire news story number 2. Okay. Netflix has been purportedly working on a Link or a Zelda or whatever you want to call it series. Don't know if it's live action or cartoon or what, but apparently the rumor is that Tom Holland, who is currently Spider-Man and will be Drake for the Uncharted movie series, is also going to be Link. The juxtaposition going around here of all the different characters. What do you guys think of Tom Holland as Link for a Zelda series?
I think it could be fun. I like Tom Holland. I really like Tom Holland.
I think it's perfect. You know, it's green.
Yeah,
I'm hulking out.
You're
I'm
hulking out.
I'm the next Hulk. No, it's gonna be
Is
cool. I think
Paris
it's gonna be
Hilton
awesome.
there with you?
She wishes.
It's one night, just for one night. Sorry.
In her dreams. All right.
Okay. Okay. So you think it could be good if that was the case? Anybody else thoughts? Cats, quick.
It just depends, cartoon or live action. You know, Tom Holland does good whatever he does, so you know, we'll see what happens. This rumor's been not Tom Holland, but the movie's been talking about for a while. So let's make the damn thing. Let's see it.
I thought I misheard you for a second there. You did say Tom Holland, not Tom Arnold, right? Because I thought
I said Tom Holland. I did say Tom Holland.
Wait, can we get Tom Arnold as Link?
You mean the missing link? That probably ate the other link. I don't know.
I mean, that's one time that you would surely take Nick Cage cast over somebody else if you got Nick Cage as Link versus Tom Arnold as Link.
I mean, if it was Tom Arnold, he would be running around trying to figure out where he misplaced his beer.
Oh, okay. In the chat room, let's just get the quick things from this before we move on. Beacon says vote for Pedro. If he did, in terms of walking out, I mean, come on, you're a Mandalorian. You don't take off your helmet. It's the character, and it's not like he's going to get typecast for only characters in masks.
No, it's a stupid rumor.
And then Beacon also says, I love me some Legend of Zelda. Hopefully they don't screw it up. We got a cringe face from Rua 2, which I think means that they're not into Tom Holland playing Link. Nick Cage would be grade A Zora, is what Squirrel Bunny Emo says. Oh, we've gone off the rails. It was bound to happen. All right. Last thing is the stuff that we've talked about, or there's two last segments. One is the stuff we've talked about before with new updates. So this is Stop Me If You've Heard This Before.
Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is that? What is it? Tell me!
All right, Stop Me If You Heard This Before. The next big bad of MCU looks like it could be Kang the Conqueror, which is what we said should happen because the current head actor, Jonathan Majors, not from Fall Guy, the old 80s TV show. Wasn't that the main character's name on Fall Guy? Wasn't Jonathan Majors as well?
Maybe.
Now I want to watch
No,
the
it was
show.
Lee Majors.
Oh,
Lee Majors.
Lee.
Close.
Okay, I was close.
So close.
I was close. Okay, so Jonathan Majors, the main actor on right now Lovecraft Country, is supposedly cast as Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man 3. He will be the villain for it. We said speculatively earlier that Kang the Conqueror should be the next big bad to come up, especially with all the time travel jumping. What do you guys think about kind of looking like it's going to flow that way? We're going to get Kang as a villain, and if you know anything about Jonathan Majors, let us know, because he's been in a couple acting things as well. He did the Five Bloods that was on Netflix, and is supposedly fantastic.
Yeah, I was about to say, I saw him on Five Bloods. He was awesome. And I do like the fact that they are doing Kang because, like we talked about, that's the only reasonable solution to go before Galactus.
Okay. Anybody else?
Well,
I agree.
okay.
I agree. I don't think they can jump straight to Galactus, though. They got to give us a proper introduction of Fantastic Four and stuff before going that route. I mean, that's just how I look at it. But
Ant-Man's is a good way to introduce Kang because of the whole quantum realm, time travel and
Yeah.
stuff. The question of the day is, who is going to be Kang? Is it going to be in the comic books Nathaniel Richards, which is a descendant of Reed Richards? So that's probably another way how they're going to introduce the Fantastic Four.
Makes sense.
Or there might be a flip way. Instead of a descendant, he's actually the father of Reed Richards. So who knows what the MCU is going to do? But it's a good way to kind of add some more characters of the Fantastic Four and so forth. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Is it? Yes. Sorry. Sorry.
You're good.
Well, did you have a question there, Super?
No, it was just the way he said that. Is it going to be good? It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So that's why I was like, is it? Is it? Yes.
She's excited.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay. Nick, did you have any thoughts on it?
While he's still muted. Oh, go ahead.
No, that was his thought.
Yeah, I'm not muted anymore.
Go ahead.
Guess again. I don't really have any opinion one way or the other. In regards to that, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about his backstory or anything like that. And look at that goofy face.
He's not the best commentator in the world.
I don't
That's
know.
why he's on the show.
Okay. So in the chat room, Beacon says lots of things are XX supposedly awesome being talked about always. Ruutu says they can add in Fantastic Four being from the future. They have been fighting King and came back to help out. I like that spin. That would be interesting on it. Beacon, fingers crossed on a good Fantastic Four movie. All faith in Kevin Feige always. And are we getting a Venom 2 movie? Yeah, they're already in the works on that sucker. So that's happening. With Andy Serkis directing, I believe. So, all right. Second stop, maybe if you've heard this before, is Superman again. And we got our super fan here, but Henry Cavill is confirming he's back for Superman for 3 films, a 3-film deal. He had an idea, and Warner Brothers was all for it. So we got Cavill returning as the Man of Steel.
Man of Steel versus Man of Gold.
Is that the
You look so mad. I'm loving it.
Masonic Vader just dropped like he went to through puberty all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Did you have thoughts, Masonic, or did you not want to?
No, it's actually, I mean, if you've watched the show and you know who it is, and I guarantee someone's already put a comment somewhere in the chat room, I am a fan of him being Superman. I think it's been one of the better versions of Superman. It's more than just the 3 shows, though, because they also plugged in the fact that he could be doing what appearances, 3 shows plus possibly 3 cameos. Obviously, he pitched something solid. He pitched something to Warner Brothers, and they said, "Hey, we like that," and they gave him 3 guaranteed movies and a bunch of cameos. So, once again, Warner Brothers and whoever else, I don't know if this is more like HBO or whatever, but they are trying to fix something, and they're going in the right direction with it. I think they're making all the right moves to potentially put DC back up there.
Yeah.
And Henry Cavill is definitely a big piece of it.
when you talked about 3 and 3 and how Henry Cavill came to him for all the older people, I really pictured in my head that Henry Cavill pulled a Chuck Woolery, and he's like, "I'll be back for Superman in 3 and 3 if you bring me back." Yeah, dating old dating show.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
dude. I'm like the oldest one, and I'm still not even getting that.
Come
one.
on,
All right,
Chuck
so let's look
Woolery. Come
No,
on.
we're good.
Oh, come
I know
on.
Chuck Woolery, but come on, dude.
The
You're gonna go to that? The dating game, really?
Yeah. And he always said,
Oh,
"We'll
my-
be back in 3 and 3." When he said how long it was gonna. Oh, come on.
That's horrible. That's
I'm
offensive.
I'm
We
a
move
super
on.
nerd. I'm a super nerd. Sorry. Katz, you had a different thought about this whole him coming back that you brought up to us in the chat. I just wanted to get your thoughts on what you had.
Well, like I
about
said,
Superman.
Vader was pretty much right. Yeah, he's signed on for 3 films and a couple cameos, so we'll probably see him in Shazam, and in whatever films they decide to use him in. Flashpoint, which is a big key. Obviously, I think Flashpoint, they're going to put everything in just to reset everything and try to get DC back into it. But you also have to remember they did sign Michael B. Jordan. He did lock in a contract with DC of some kind. We don't know what he's going to do with DC, but they might use him as Val-Zod, the Black Superman, which a lot of people want to see that also. So we might see something going on with both those characters, But this is pretty much Henry Cavill got his money. He got paid, which is great. And honestly, that's because of The Witcher, If he didn't make The Witcher, he probably wouldn't have had this 3-movie deal at all, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I saw another rumor, which from those sites that always our sources say that John Henry was confirmed. John Jared, whatever.
Jordan.
Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
No, I'm talking about the Green Lantern. The Green Lantern. So could they switch that way? Could they? He's still signed on. You can get the African American Green Lantern, and then you get both Henry Cavill and Michael B. Jordan to come on. And
it's very possible because they haven't announced any casting for that, so they could use Michael B. Jordan as John Stewart, which is
John Stewart. That's what it was,
yeah. It's a good casting either way. So we'll see. We'll see who they cast for John Stewart, and we'll go from there. So.
I mean, it would make sense to have Green Lantern, for God's sake. He's one of the original 5, and we haven't seen him yet.
Well,
I mean,
we just all forgot.
No, I'm talking about in the DCU, not Ryan Reynolds' version of it. I mean, it would be nice. It would be nice to see him, and I think if they cast him the right way, we could start getting another movie going with him.
Well, Deadpool took care of that. He's forgotten. He's erased from everything. So,
did you have any quick thoughts, Nick, before we move on to our very last subject? About it.
I don't know if he does.
I'm not a big Superman fan.
Well, when you talked about Shazam a second ago, it just reminded me that we actually have an actual Superman that lives. I don't know if you guys have been on Instagram today, but while filming the Black Adam today, Dwayne Johnson got locked inside of his house. The power went out and his electric gate wouldn't open. And he knew that the crew was there waiting for him. So he literally ripped his gate out of the concrete on his wall, threw it on the ground, and drove his car through so he could get to filming Black Adam. And I just thought that was, when you mentioned Shazam, that reminded me. It's like, I don't need Henry Cavill as a fake Superman. We have Dwayne Johnson, so the world is okay.
Hey, now Henry Cavill is definitely not the size of the Rock, but he's no shrimp either.
No,
so
but I'm kidding. I am kidding, though, because I think Cavill has been my favorite iteration of the last, 15, 20 years.
Beacon says, Flash is DC's only hope. Michael B. Jordan is exciting. Superman is still lame as hell. Unless I get to see Black Adam kick his ass. Rurutu said he loved Man of Steel. And a lot of people haven't watched The Witcher yet or fell asleep during it.
The Witcher is amazing.
It's good.
I like The Witcher.
Rurutu said Superman in Justice League is trash. But we're getting the proper version of Justice League. So we'll see what happens in that. So, yeah. Superman in general is trash. There's a lot of people that just aren't happy with Superman, but Get a little hope. Let's have a little hope.
Just haven't made very good movies. Like the Man of Steel just wasn't that great.
Man of Steel was really good, but dude, it's so much better than Superman Returns. Come on, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That Bryan Singer version was trash.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
Other than Brandon, it gave Brandon Routh that look of Christopher Reeve, which I'll give him credit for that. But other than that, the whole movie was trash.
Yeah. No.
Well, it was better than number 3. It was better than Superman 3 and Superman 4 combined. All right, so.
You know what? Actually,
I forgot about those movies. What were they? What happened in them? Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
And for a little known fact for you guys, Superman Returns was brought as homage to the Richard Donner series, and which eliminated 3 and 4. So
that's because
you got to
Bryan
get
Singer actually worked with Richard Donner.
Because I got rid of the 2 words.
Yeah, it's because Bryan Singer actually worked with Richard Donner, and that's why there was so much connection to it. But here nor there, Henry Cavill's coming back. We'll see what they do with this. The last thing that we need to talk about, well, that's exactly what it is. It's somebody's got to talk about it.
We need to talk!
You talking to me?
Oh my God! Who told you?
Have you told anyone else about this?
What you talking about?
Look who's talking.
Okay, so don't say, I feel the need for speed. Don't say we were going at it inverted and we flipped him the bird. Don't say,
You know, this would be an awesome tricking game right now.
If you are part of the Top Gun program, don't say anything that's a line from Top Gun, because being a part of the Top Gun program, you are meant to take things seriously, and if they hear you quote the movie, you will be fined. And now there's a sequel coming out eventually too, so this is going to be really interesting. What do you guys think about, you can't mention, it's Fight Club. Freaking the Top Gun Academy is Fight Club. It's Fight Club. You can't say it doesn't exist. You can't talk about it. What do you guys think? Sorry.
I actually have personal experience with this because my father was actually stationed at Miramar when they were filming that movie, and his crew, I think his unit was used in one part or the other. It's actually a known fact through the Navy itself. They never really talked about that movie in the first place.
Cannon Fodder said Top Gun Fight Club. I would watch that. Yes, it would be on Sci-Fi. That's where it would be. Anybody else on the whole that you can't mention or say lines if you're part of the Top Gun program?
They say you can't mention any lines, but so that means I can play Danger Zone or You Lost That Loving Feeling, when I'm driving by or something, that's technically
if you want to get slapped,
you are not allowed to play. You are not.
I think that rule was only put in place because they got so tired of people in that program quoting the movie, so they're like, "That's it. Nobody can say it anymore."
No, and that's what was brought up. They said it's not a factor of being tired of them saying it. It's just they feel that the students aren't taking the program seriously if they're quoting that film.
Okay, so did you guys not hear any of the stuff I said before?
No, we did not. So go ahead. Go again.
Damn it. Okay, so my father was in the Navy, and he was stationed at Miramar when that film actually was made. And I don't know why it's coming to light so many years later, but that was actually legit back then as well. The movie itself was good for PR purposes, and it brought people into the Navy. However, if you were actually part of the program, let alone any type of pilot, it definitely wasn't something that you would say or none of quote. You wouldn't do any of that around because you get slapped around or made whatever they do in then. So it's been like that forever long the movie's been out. I'm just surprised it took so long to finally get out in the public eye.
So wait, do you mean that they weren't allowed to go down to the beach and have a shirtless volleyball game?
No, I don't think that was possible. Let alone, I don't even think they would. It'd be too much time getting to the beach versus just going straight to a beer and barbecuing on the tarmac. So,
I saw this and I was like, and that's the thing. That's the whole thing. Somebody's got to talk about it. It's those weird, those odd, those strange stories that somebody's got to talk about. And when you hear that, yeah, you're not allowed to mention the movie that people know about the program because of that's yeah. So anybody else before we sign off and say goodnight, thoughts on the whole thing? Beacon asks, Vader, did Vader's dad do a flyby and buzz the tower? You're muted. Did we lose him? We lost him. I guess he got buzzed.
He's like, I'm not going to answer that.
You better call Kenny Loggins because you're in the danger zone, is also what Beacon said. So, yeah. That's it. That's tonight's show. That's the this week's cast. We'll be back next Friday, live, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern, on Twitch at twitch.tv/Malice Corp. Come join the show. If you want to know when we're going live. Oh, wait. Did he buzz the tower?
He did not.
Okay.
He did not. He was not a pilot.
Okay. We're like, we thought your dad just buzzed the tower now and dropped you. So it was like, oh, and he's gone. That's what
Well, if he did, that would be a miracle, and I'd love to see it. But no.
Yeah, I know. I know he's no longer. So that would be awesome. But
yeah.
So let's talk about where you can follow everybody outside the show if you want to interact and chit chat and talk about some of the nerd stuff that they had to discuss. So I'm gonna go from who's on my screen across. So Cats, you're the first one there. Where can people follow you outside of this show?
You can find me on Instagram at cat018. On Twitch, cats_sado. And then I do have a comic Instagram, zapped_by_a_zeta_beam. That's how you can get a hold of me, pretty much.
Can you add another underscore in there?
I could probably do that for you.
So I'm going to let them have this for free if you have it, but this will be something that gets added in for being somebody that participates on Twitch and watches. Just like the rants from Super Hoovian, we will get fun facts from Cats, because I said every show needs to end in a fun fact, but I'm going to make people have to start using their points to do it, but I'll give them a free one if you have a fun fact to end the show, Cats.
I don't actually.
Oh no, sorry. You guys don't
Not tonight.
You guys don't
Not
get
tonight.
a free one. Aw, too bad. Next week though. Next week you can get fun facts from Cats by implementing points that you have saved up. I will put that in there, and you guys have fun with that. If Cats is back on next week, we don't know. It always moves around. Or if we even have a show next week, we need somebody to stream it. I might not be here.
My rig might work. I got a new computer, so
Oh.
I might be able to do it.
We might get Super Hoovian to stream it. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Because Katniss is just gonna run across the keyboard and mess everything
Cat,
up.
is she in here? No. Okay, good.
Masonic, are you there? Where can people follow you?
Well, first of all, I think it was successful on the crazy bad angles with the camera, so I think I might continue this next week just for shits and giggles.
You might be hosting next week. That would be very interesting.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
we have a
great
great-
All right. You can follow me at Masonic Vader 71 on the PlayStation Network and Masonic Vader on Twitter, and wherever else you can find extras of this fine, professional, drawn-up show on YouTube and all the other fun stations.
Did you just call it YoohooTube?
No, I said YouTube.
Oh, sounded like YoohooTube.
I saw you too.
I thought I saw a cat that was about to attack me, and then I was looking at your screen to make sure it wasn't yours.
No, Mittens is over there. She's not attacking anybody.
Squirrel Boy says, Cats, you had your chance. You had your moment. What did you do? You didn't have a fact for him. Squirrel Boy, you can follow him
Drop
into...
the ball.
Squirrel Boy talking about Vader. You can follow him into a green room and or a crawl space. He totally won't murder you.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's going on? I don't know.
The cinematographer for Blair Witch is now on our show. Nick, where can people follow you outside this cast?
You can find me on PlayStation Network and Twitter, Raider0314.
Awesome. He loves to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, so that's.
I do.
Yeah. So big Dallas Cowboys fan, and I'm not joking. I'm serious. Like yeah. Go talk to him. Talk to him about football. He loves it. We were talking about the call this week for the Rams Cowboys game before this thing. So yeah.
If he loves football, why does he like the Cowboys?
It's still football, man. It's still football. He's not a Browns fan. Super. Where can people follow you?
On Twitter, you can follow me at SuperHoovianNut, and then on Instagram, you can follow me at SuperHoovianFreak. And I'm pretty active on both of those, so you can come talk to me.
Nice. You can follow me on Twitter at @mest_Malice Corp or on Instagram at mest5150. You can also find me where there's going to be more video content popping up because I've been recording some stuff over at my YouTube channel at Geek Guidepost. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. Join us back next Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. And check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Stitcher. Anywhere you listen to podcasts. If you are listening to this cast, please drop us a 5-star review. We greatly appreciate it. It helps others find us. And we do this for you so that you can come be a part of the show, enjoy it, and we enjoy doing it for you as well. So the last thing that I can say is come have some fun with us over at facebook.com/groups/all things nerd podcast. We appreciate you. You guys keep geeking on, nerding on. I'm all off. You guys keep nerding on. We'll see you next week.
Go geek out.